Hello, hola hermanos, mujeres. I want to share just a quick story how I became obsessed with billiards, pool, and snooker in general because it's unique. I already can excuse I'm myself to my mother for being honest and direct and transparent and not hiding anything, but it is what I am, what I am, and I am not a fake. I speak the truth always. I don't lie, even if it means I could get some critique or some judgment about how I make my choices in life. I generally am really like to dedicate myself to something and to work, and I'm not lazy. I don't watch TV, blah blah blah, games, blah blah blah. But still, I'm kind of very picky about jobs. So and it's also not my fault. I'm by profession I'm a pharmacovigilance signal detector, but when shit hit the fan, it's just I wasn't able to cope against the pharmaceutical giants, you know. So it also is what it is, but never mind. All my education led to where I got the opportunity to prove myself in an environment where it's really you have to be not just we call it in German Fachidiot, but my job was because I'm by profession medical doctor. I know Latin, I know physiology, I know pathophysiology, pathology, which you have to know if you do some clinical trials or something related to drugs and monitoring those things, especially if you're a signal detector who has to see things before they become too. I cannot recall the word, but I was able to spot side effects before they were too apparent, so we could stop, discontinue, or change the regime of the study. I My signature was the main thing why these companies hire me because by as soon as you get a medical degree, you are responsibly criminally a court of law, which other professions are not. Even if you're a banker or even if you're a lawyer or something, you have someone behind you. Here, if you're not working for the hospital, nobody's covering you except you accept the model of those guys. But I got too far from that, you know. I just wanted to explain myself that I was really working hard to be able to do that job because there are not a lot of people who can. Because you have to know Latin, you have to know how the healthy body functions, how the body functions when it's not healthy. To spot these things, you have to know to code because it's also I had programming in high school, so that's also why I was able to be really fast pick up on that, and I got some talent, and as well as you have to have some upper advanced writing skills as well as in speaking because in spoken because you have conferences all day, blah blah blah. But my job was to write, so I had to be really specific and to mostly use a lot of different words, double negations, blah blah blah, just to be certain that I didn't have any loops in my sentences, including commas, complex sentences, etc. Back to billiards. I just wanted to explain myself. Sorry, 4 minutes, 5 minutes almost. Yeah, so I was me and my brother when we were children at the seaside. We had like a vacancy there, and everybody was playing like regular pool, American pool. And we were kids, we were all right, but it was just potting balls, make the break it as hard as you can, blah, blah, blah. And that was when we were like 10, 11, 12 years old. And then when I was around 30, or exactly 30, I think, um, I associated myself with some crew, which was located in an outskirts of Zagreb, something like a favela. Those housing, they didn't have any documents or something like that. Most of the people were immigrants who were escaping from Bosnia because of the war. So it was a really, really cool community, and I wasn't used to seeing a real community like that who were supporting each other in every aspect. And there was like a semi-illegal bar within a house, but it was working very well. And there was a pool table. I think it's Leonhardt or something like that. We had these coins. In Croatia, you have kunas. It used to be 5 kunas, 1 coin, or you get like a discount if you buy 5 coins. And at that bar, uh, amongst other things as well, like doing drugs and drinking, blah blah blah. We were playing like hustle pull, winner stays, or you play best of something, and you play for each frame was it was 8 ball for $10 approximately per frame. The good thing, the funny thing is there were like betting freaks there. They were like betting $50 or $500 per frame just watching because they knew who was good, who was not. There was one guy who used to be a bartender there, and you couldn't beat him. The rules in Croatia depend like everywhere it's different. Somewhere if you have an 8 ball, mostly it's you have to if you pot the last object ball, the 8 ball has to go diagonally to the other corner, which was a thing which was allowed in this bar, and you were not allowed to play off cushion. You had to play directly. So no snooker escape or something like that. And I got intrigued with it, got better and better. One guy that he and his brother he had the same table at home, so they were unbeatable, and they went only to tournaments where this Leonhardt table was present, no other tournaments, and they played by those rules. And what was allowed, I cannot recall what the name was. If you have like some balls left and the other guy has just the 8 ball, you could put your ball in front of his. So he has to make a foul. And it was a rule, so you cannot avoid it. So if I have, for instance, 8 ball and he has 2 balls left, he won't make an like safety. No, but he will put his ball in front of my end pocket, if you like, or automatically nominated the diagonal, but you get used to it, it got funny. And within a few months, I started also watching billiards on YouTube and found Efren Reyes and got obsessed with his videos and 9 ball. Didn't know nothing about it, just watched it, no 9 ball. And one day on internet, I saw there's like European Championship in Croatia 9 ball and 9 ball club, another in a real like pool club or something like that. I don't know. And the entry was 50 euros. So I paid 50 euros. I never played 9 ball before. And I was partying like for 2 days and working some construction before that. So I came to my match playing against an Austrian who was like number 8. And he was amongst the favorites, like sharply dressed and everything with shirt and 2 cues, glove, blah, blah, blah. I was like from techno party, 48 hours not sleeping, doing a lot of, street drugs, drinking. I used to drink there then as well because if you're like a motorhead, then drink just flows. Those who know understand. but I like had cement on my trousers because I was also doing construction or something, glue material from uh, Knauf or something like that. So it was really, I was looking disgusting, in eyes of the other people who came there. Like they're professionals. What you say? That guys travel, they book a hotel or something like that. So it was like think first round, best of seven or best of nine, and uh, my friend was with me. That was the first time I played nine ball. The guy was disgusted when he saw me, but it was my advantage because why not use it, And it did work. I didn't go through, but I took one frame where he miss didn't pot the object ball, and he left it as a plant with a nine ball. So I think I either did that or I jump balled or something like that. I did some crazy shot and won the frame, and he went crazy, but I didn't go through. And after that, me and my friend, because some things were happening with the police there at this favela outskirt uh, district, so we found I had to stop hanging out with those people. Some of them also were lying to me, so I really liked that. So that was also helpful to get away from there. And me and my friend, and I convinced him to start playing pool with me. He was like in sort of depression, in a bad state. So, and he's really talented with games, poker, darts, whatever you like, with chips, he used to play when we were playing poker. He used to play very good poker. You couldn't beat him ever. And we started playing nine ball. I explained to him the rules. It was really close by to our neighborhood, and we started to get obsessed. Uh, I think I quit my job then. I was working as a psychiatrist. I didn't like the terms of the contract. I didn't like the job. I didn't like the approach, etc., etc. Went then to Germany to try to pursue soccer because I had an offer in a regional league. So I spent there 2 months, and eventually they didn't get me the papers or a job, so I couldn't stay. I didn't have money. We did get money from the chief from the club, but it was a low league, and therefore it wasn't sufficient, and there I didn't see any future there. I also had broke up with my girlfriend at the same time, so a lot of things were going on. But pool was sort of, mm, let's say, like how do we say it? Decompression, some sort of decompression. Like you have like a boiler, you have to decompress it because the pressure builds up. And after nine ball, we saw the club had like dynamic German tables, great tables, but they had also two snooker tables. And me, when I was like 16 on Eurosport, you had nothing to watch after midnight. There was like only snooker. And I remember I didn't know the rules even then and not after. But I recall Sean Murphy seeing him like it was like 20 plus years ago. He's like a time capsule. His face, he doesn't age. So he looks the same. I mean, he had a gastric surgery and said everything, but in his face and his skin, he's so fresh and so young, so very admirable. And we, by chance, saw a guy who was playing snooker there, and we asked him, "Could you show us the rules?" He said, "Yeah, yeah. Would you like play two against two?" Because his buddy, he didn't also know the rules, so he explained us the rules, and then we switched from nine ball to snooker. I mean, my break is still. I had once break above 20, but that's really rare because I'm still struggling with my stance, with my sight, with my head, cue, you name it. And we went to this club, but the mayor because it was in an old building who wasn't safe. He shut it down. So after 1 year, or even less, 6 months, it all stopped. Snooker, you couldn't play anywhere snooker in my town, or they all had like private garages where they're playing amongst themselves, and it was one club which was really far away and very expensive, and the guys weren't really friendly. They were like a really, really close group, which didn't accept like somebody who is like a little bit more laid back, like me and my friend. They were really, really strict, and we didn't like that approach, and they were like super, super narcissists, so that also helped that we didn't want to go there to hang out with those guys. But that was like I was 40, now I'm 38, and now 2 months ago started playing snooker again, and I hope I fell in love with it again. I'm watching it. It's like some watch Stephen Hendry's channel as well, and they'll go, which players do you like? I think the better question would be, is there any players you don't like? I mean, I don't follow the Chinese. I believe that because they all look the same to me, except Ding. And I watched the Wuhan. There are some players I know. Let's say Ding is magical. I really like his tactical shots, his technique. He playing differently. He doesn't use the cushions, but you have to watch it to be able. But everybody has his own snooker mind, and therefore everybody in the top, they're just phenomenal. You can just by watching them conclude how they think outside the world of snooker. So that's something which other sports I don't think have. Maybe chess, but I don't understand chess. I used to play it really, really little in high school. I also, when I was playing chess, I was always playing diversions. I was always putting a lot of pawns as a diversion. So just to get my tactic out, because I just wanted him to pull out the queen if he had back position, to concentrate on one field, and then I would bomb go with a, I don't know what's called, the tower bomb, and he's like, yeah, dead end street, and that's it. But I was risking, like it was all in. So that were like some my thoughts about snooker in general. Now it's 17:46, 47. I cannot say that I would change anything about what I did, but I think that I managed it quite well, because I always have a lot of sleep. If I never keep anything in my mind. I always try to get it out so it doesn't build up, even if high costed. So to stay healthy, to stay good, is to be truthful to yourself first, and then to others as well, and to be able to take it from there, whatever the outcome may be. So don't be ashamed of yourselves. I cry in myself all the time, but why do people associate crying with something bad? It's always bad and good at the same time. It's normal. At least you have a heart if you're crying. It could be better in life, but I'm thankful to the universe and to God, that He's protecting me, and that I'm healthy, and that my family is healthy and okay, and my friends. And I always pray. I'm always praying. I'm always in contact with the universe, with God. I listen to those signals. I avoid negative energy, and I will try to do it as long as I can, as long as I live, and to spread positive energy and truth, and to protect those who are vulnerable, because I used to expect that what I can do, others have to be able to do as well. But now I'm aware that everybody has his flaws and his upsides. And if somebody is not able to cope with his things and you have more energy to do it, then take the load off him. If he can carry 20 kilos and I can carry 100 kilos, both have bags of 50 kilos, I will take 30 kilos for my friend because he's my friend. And it's just the heart. There is no brain involved in it. Yeah. I hope that I did share some insight with you, which you might find interesting.